9 benefits of having a life purpose. So we all know that having a life purpose is important, but why should it be my top priority to have one? Here are 9 reasons why. You live longer. Having a purpose helps you live longer, avoid depression, loss of memory, and drives you to stay active and healthy. A study found that retirement increases the chances of suffering from depression by 40% and sickness by 60%. Why? Because when people stop working, they stop the very purpose that drove them for most of their lives, to be a provider. Soon their children leave as they get married and have their own kids and lives, and now their purpose of being a parent is gone. So always have a purpose to keep you going. Boost your motivation. A lack of purpose can lead teens to be depressed, have low motivation, and bad physical and mental health. A lack of purpose leads to gaming addiction because people find a sense of purpose and success in the virtual world instead of the real one. It leads to social media addiction where we look for social approval and being liked by others. A study showed that viewing other people's selfies lowered self-esteem because users compared themselves to photos of people looking their happiest. Another study found that women compare themselves negatively to selfies of other women. People with a purpose spend less time on social media and video games because they're busy creating the real life they desire. Improve your health. People with a purpose live longer, have healthier hearts, sharper brains, and are happier than those without a sense of purpose. They rarely get sick, get mental disorders, and age much slower. They have a powerful reason to stay healthy. They want to be healthy so they can have more energy and the health to develop their skills and talents so they can help others. They can't afford to be unhealthy, so they do things to improve their health. They eat better, sleep more, drink more water, exercise, avoid drugs, tobacco, alcohol, and make better decisions that protect their well-being. A study found that purposeful individuals report lower levels of stress, less chronic pain, and better sleep. People with purpose are less depressed, anxious, and lonely, and more hopeful, more satisfied, and happier than individuals without purpose. Get unstoppable energy and a desire to wake up early. People with a purpose report having unstoppable energy throughout the day. They learn more, read faster, and have a better memory because they're motivated to help others. They wake up very early because they can't wait to start their day. They also push through obstacles and challenges because their purpose is greater than the discomfort. Gain incredible persistence and resilience. People with a strong purpose are so driven to be their best that they never quit until they achieve their goals of making a difference. Even when they reach their goals, they create new ones and find other ways to contribute. Researchers have discovered that it takes about 10,000 hours of strategic practice at your skill in order to be super world class. A purpose gives you the energy to put in these hours. People who have a purpose never give up because their purpose drives them to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes. At age 65, Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, wanted to make people happy with this chicken recipe. He was rejected 1,009 times before his first chicken was sold. J.K. Rowling had just gotten a divorce, was on government aid, and could barely afford to feed her baby in 1994, just 3 years before the first Harry Potter book was published. She couldn't afford a computer or even the cost of photocopying the 90,000-word novel, so she manually typed out each version to send to publishers. It was rejected dozens of times until finally accepted. Tyler Perry was physically and sexually abused growing up, got kicked out of high school, and tried to commit suicide twice. In 1992, he put all his savings into his first theater production, and it failed miserably. Only 30 people went. 6 years later, he finally made it, and is now a successful director, writer, and actor. Tyler Perry Studios is the largest film production studio in the U.S. and established Perry as the first African American to outright own a major film production studio. Make smarter decisions and avoid risky behavior. Stanford professor William Damon has argued that purpose may lead to successful youth development by preventing dropping out from high school, substance abuse, and adolescent depression and suicide. Having a purpose results in lower levels of risky behavior, such as delaying sex and lower cigarette and alcohol use. Boost your academic performance. People without a purpose are less likely to take charge of their lives and the opportunities in front of them. They don't feel they have a strong enough reason to care about their classes. They might say, "Why do we have to do this? I'm bored. When is this class over? I don't care anyways. And I'll just do it later." They tend to wait until the last minute to do things, end up performing poorly in school, and have test anxiety because they don't study enough. Your purpose helps you improve your grades and behavior. A study showed that when a student views schoolwork as being related to their purpose, the work becomes more meaningful and academically motivating, leading to increased focus and performance. Do you have a strong enough purpose for doing well in your job, your classes, or in whatever you do? Do you have a reason to want to work hard and learn as much as you can? Gain an intense desire to work hard and learn. People with a purpose have an intense desire to work hard because they want to be more effective at their purpose. Kobe Bryant's purpose was to be the best player so he could inspire others to be their best selves. This mission drove him to be known as the hardest worker in basketball. He worked out 4 times per day, stopped practicing only after he made 400 shots, woke up at 4 a.m. to work out, played one-on-one games up to 100, played through dozens of injuries, and watched 2 hours of game film after games. He also developed an intense desire to learn because of his purpose. He learned 3 languages because it helped him to see basketball differently. He played the piano because he said the process taught him how to learn basketball faster. He had straight A's in high school because he found a way to connect what he was learning to basketball. And he even studied great white sharks hunting their prey so he could attack his opponents. He did whatever it took to be the best. Reduce suffering and enhance meaning in your life. Having a purpose gives us a remarkable will to live and makes setbacks, challenges, and even tragedy bearable because it provides meaning to our suffering. Viktor Frankl, a Nazi concentration camp Holocaust survivor, stated that aside from the horrific executions and random killings, he noticed which type of person would survive. Those who had something to live for, some greater purpose, were able to find meaning in such a horrible situation. And as he stated, the prisoner who had lost faith in the future, his future was doomed.